Well, it has been a season of Agarwals. The reason I say this is because first Parag Agarwal went and became the CEO of Twitter, and then Mayank Agarwal bossed the Kiwi bowlers in Mumbai. Now, to talk about his season of delights, I have with me Mayank. Mayank, thank you very, very much for sparing your time to talk to us on Turning Point. I was browsing through your Twitter feed, and what really stood out for me was a very lovely picture of you, perhaps in Durham, correct me if I'm wrong, in front of a wall that had a writing saying that only you write your next page. Now, what do you wish for to be written in the next page?
Well, there are a lot of things that I wish for. I don't really actually say them out loud, but yes, that was something that I was crossing across and I saw and I thought it was very nice writing.
Now, talking about the present moment, has it all sunk in 150 followed by a 62? You must be, in a real high.
Yes, I think the feeling has sunk in. It was a really good test match. I feel really happy that I could contribute to the team's win. So with that said, it was a really happy moment. Extremely happy with the way I've performed and happy the way I'm batting. But that's gone now, and looking ahead for the South Africa challenge.
How long did the celebrations last? Let me ask you, and a little bit about celebrations with the mates and back home.
Uh, I think with the Indian team, it felt really nice. Everyone was there. Everyone congratulated. That's a team environment we have. We all of us feel extremely happy for each other's success. And everyone's backing each other, and as a unit, we know that not everyone's going to have a good game, and the person who's having a good game, make sure that he tries and wins the game for the side.
Uh,
Uh,
you know,
and then when sorry and then when I went back, obviously being in a bubble, you can't really meet your family, so just call them up and spoke to them on video call, which is nice.
Okay, I'll come back to that bubble question later, talking about bubble situations in present climate and how you play your sport. But, I've been speaking to a lot of experts and asking them about you. Several, fans of yours, they say the reason you got where you got is because of your years of spending time in domestic cricket and how used to you are playing on these pitches. Could you tell us about a little bit about that? Just your experience, how that helped you bring up that 150 and 62.
Well, to be honest, when you play the Indian domestic system, the Indian domestic
Mhm.
circuit is a great place to play. It challenges you in every sense. Because India is such a diverse country. You play in different parts of the country, and you get to face different conditions, and that really tests you and builds you as a player. So those many years of hard work and time spent in domestic cricket has really come to use. you know uh, in India, like we all know for a fact that there is so much competition. So
Hmm.
my hunger for big runs also comes from the fact that every other person is getting 100. So if you have to separate yourself from other cricketers in the domestic circuit, you have to make sure that you get big runs. So that's something that that experience or that hunger is something that I've carried through with me to international cricket.
Mike, in management terms, they always say that having that extra skill, having that skill that is different from the others, that gives you the edge, the hip pocket skill. What would you say is your hip pocket skill?
Uh, I would say that energy and attitude is something that I pride myself on. I always look to be positive, and always try to add to the team's environment, or add to the environment wherever I'm going.
Tell us about your plan of negating the Kiwi spinners. I saw how you nullified their attack completely.
Well, credit to them. They were bowling. They were bowling in really good areas. Ayaz Patel was just there and thereabouts, and he was asking those tough questions. So you know it was a bit sticky on the first day morning. So it was just waiting, trying to get to understand the wicket a lot better, see how it's playing, and actually just be patient to let the moisture dry. And once that happened, it got a little better to bat on. And then the idea was to put a little pressure on them whenever they toss the ball a little too high, or whenever they gave a little loose ball. The thought was to put them under pressure, because if you're playing on a track like that and you keep defending, or if as a batsman you're not able to put back the pressure on the bowlers, then they will pull those good deliveries, and you're going to find it really hard. So the thought was that we have to respect the good deliveries, but also in a way try and put some sort of pressure back on them, so that it makes them make a few more mistakes.
Mayank, would you say that this 100 is all the more special because it came in a test match that is also going to be talked about in the future for Ajaz Patel's 10 for, because only thrice in the history of the game something like that has happened.
Well, to be honest, I think this test match belongs to him. Getting 10 wickets in an innings is stuff of dreams. You can't actually plan for something like that. And credit to him, congratulations to him. The amount of overs he bowled to get that, and the consistency at which he bowled in those tough areas was phenomenal. And he deserves all the credit and deserves all the praise.
And for you, 400s, you've already notched up in your career. Is this at the top? And if it is at the top, why?
Well, to be honest, I'm not big on comparison.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I would definitely say that this innings was a lot of grit, was a lot of determination, and was a lot of resilience and a lot of fight. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with the performances, with the performance that I put out, and the attitude and the mental discipline that I played with.
Mayank, let's talk a little bit about the future. Now, in Australia, we saw a lot of drop-in pitches, but in South Africa, that probably won't be the case. You will be playing on a lot of true South African wickets. Does the plan for a batsman like you change, who's typically an opener?
Well, to be honest, you don't have to make too many changes. The plan is to try and keep things simple, not overcomplicate them. It is going to be important that when we reach there, we figure out what the conditions are, understand the conditions, and make a plan that can probably help us succeed there.
Mayank, Indian cricket team is already kind of a settled unit. We have settled openers, settled middle order batters. Now, given your performance, perhaps you will make a way in the team. Now, if you are asked to bat in the middle order, would you be ready for it? If not open, but bat in the middle order, I don't know what the combination is going to be like. Perhaps you guys will have discussions going ahead. What is your mindset really?
Well, definitely, it's not something that's in my control, but I'm very happy to be batting wherever the team wants me to bat.
Mm-hmm.
And not
yes.
think about any of the rest.
Just be there in the present.
Yes.
Mayank, you mentioned about bubble life earlier and staying in bio bubble over a long period of time. Now, you haven't just done it during this tour, but it's been since the resumption of cricket after COVID, which was back in 2020. How has bubble life really been like? Is it like Big Boss ke ghar pe shamil hona?
I don't know what it is to be like to stay in Big Boss's house, but
you are basically stuffed in a house with competitors.
No, see, I think I wouldn't term it. I wouldn't term it like that. The Indian team. We have a very family environment. It's a very nice environment. Everyone's helping each other out. We're all there for each other. We feel very happy for each other's success. And it's a very family like environment. With that said, yes, bubble life is hard, because it can get a little monotonous. But I think we're all grateful that even in these times that we have an opportunity to play the sport.
But what do you do? Do you talk to mental trainers? Do you talk to psychologists to keep yourself motivated, going day in and day out?
I think for me, it's more about creating a routine. If that can be done, then you can repeat those things day in and day out. But it's more about just finding that routine. If you can get that routine, things get a lot more simpler. But then obviously with staying in the Indian team, we have a lot of fun together. We enjoy. Many of us have dinners together, so it's nice and fun.
I saw in UAE you were able to get out and go to the desert as well. So was that a controlled bubble which allowed you to go out a little bit?
No, actually, that was after the IPL had ended for Punjab Kings.
Okay.
So we got some time off. So just thought, since we stuck in a bubble, it's good to get some time off and explore.
What about now? Are you getting to go home before you travel to South Africa?
Yes, we are at home. And it's nice to spend some time here.
Absolutely,
it's great that between series, we could find some time to come back home, spend some time with family, and then go ahead.
You being retained by Kings 11 Punjab. Mayank, last year we saw you captain for a match. You also got 90 runs. Your thoughts on captaincy, and if you get that role going forward?
Oh well, I really enjoyed the one game that I had a chance to captain. I think it's not really my call, but it's a responsibility that I quite will enjoy. We haven't spoken about it yet, but yes, I'm really looking forward to playing for Punjab again. Being retained is a nice feeling. Playing for the same franchise, representing the same franchise again. Having played for Punjab for 4 years, it feels nice to be representing the franchise again.
You've played for Punjab for 4 years now. You've played for other franchises as well. How different is it playing for Punjab, and what makes you, such a supreme performer for them?
Punjab. I must say that it's a very nice environment in Punjab. I've quite enjoyed there. It's obviously playing the IPL and being part of the IPL is a big thing. So as a professional, wherever you get picked, you want to go out there and give your best. And when you give your best and performances come, and the team recognizes that and retains you, it's a very nice feeling.
Modern day cricketer plays 3 format of the sport: the tests, the one days, and T20. I know, Mayank, that you love batting and you love batting all the time. But do you see that there is a genuine difference in batting in 3 formats? We know that bowlers have different skills that they like to deploy. The fielding setting is different. But what about, I'm trying to get into a batsman's head right now. Between the years, would you say things change when you play 3 formats of the game?
Oh, definitely. There is a big difference in the 3 formats. I think when it comes to basics, they remain the same, but the execution, the planning, and the amount of risks and how many risks you take changes from format to format. But I think as a batsman, when it comes to technique or to other things, the basics remain the same. But it's just more about improvisation as the format gets shorter and shorter. It's more about improvisation and trying to get one ahead of the bowler.
Mayank, you guys, when you come to a team, whether it's the Indian cricket team or the IPL team, any international team, you are finished products. Now, when there is a new coach or when there is a coach coming in, what is his role really? Is he more of a man manager than a technical expert who gives you, technical input? Someone like, Rahul Dravid, who's just come in. And what do you think? I'm really curious about this because he's your statemate. And when I look at you, I just see someone in the Dravid mold. So do you kind of, while deploying or while executing your craft, would you look up to Rahul Dravid and do things like he does?
Definitely, he's somebody who's played the game for such a long time. He's served the country, and he is a stalwart. He's carried Indian cricket with him, and he's been a top performer as we all know.
Mhm.
So it is very nice to pick his brain, to understand and get his perspective on how he's seeing certain things, how he's reading the game, and how differently are we reading the game to him. So he's somebody who's always willing to help. He's somebody who's helped a lot of us from India A, and him being part of the Indian team is great. We have a great rapport with him, and he's somebody that all of us go and speak to him and just trying to understand our games better, and he's always there to help,
Mayank, I
whether
was
it be
looking at,
technically
yes.
or even mentally, whether it be technically or even just mentally.
Mm-hmm. Mayank, I was looking at the South African squad, and it appeared to me, you may correct me if I'm wrong, that they come across as a great limited overs team and not so much as a test team. Do you think that having played most of them at the IPL level, it'll be easier for the Indian cricket team to negotiate the bowlers, or even for the bowlers to face the batsmen during the test series?
Well, to be honest, as a team, we respect every opponent, and we aren't getting too ahead of ourselves in trying to think of what is their strength, and what are they going to come up with. Are they good? Are they not good? Obviously, every team in the international circuit is a good team. We respect that, and we are looking to play to our strengths. And with that said, Indian cricket as a test team, we have been doing exceedingly well. Having won in Australia twice, and being 2-1 up against England in England is great. The kind of performances that we have put going abroad is something that we really pride ourselves on, and we look forward to just doing just that, and actually accepting the challenge and going out there and giving our best.
Mayank, coming to the end of the interview, the Agarwals has had their season under the sun, I would say. Parag Agarwal went on to become the CEO of Twitter. You've been bossing around on the cricket field. What is it so special? And, does it feel proud to be one of the Agarwals who's kind of bossing around in the season?
Well, it is definitely definitely does give a lot of happiness that Indians all over the world are doing well. We are succeeding and we are growing. So that's a very nice feeling to have. And it's not just Agarwal. It's Indians. We Indians as a whole, are doing well. That's always a special feeling to know that one of us is doing exceedingly well.
Mayank, I'm so happy to talk to you, and shine on. Continue to have your season in the sun.
Thank you so much, Becca. Thank you.